In Tunic, you play as a fox named Tunic. One day, Tunic wakes up on a beach after a night going too hard in the paint, notices that the world is flooded with sentient, white, viscous liquid. Yeah, don't touch that. Your little fox protagonist ventures forward and finds out that there is a hidden dimension of fox waifus ripe for the picking. So pack your sword and your shield, because we're gonna evaluate the $30 price tag set by the Tunic Team development studio and answer the question, what is Tunic worth? Tunic is such a perplexing experience. Fundamentally, this is a Zelda game, and if you've watched my review of Death's Door, you know that I've got expectations of what makes Zelda and Zelda-adjacent games fun. The fun from these games is having a bunch of gadgets and using these gadgets to solve puzzles and go on an adventure. Tunic leads into the adventure game elements hard. You wake up on a beach and the game tells you nothing other than to walk up the stairs, stupid. You eventually find a floating piece of toilet paper that happens to have some instructions on it. Nothing's in English, except for the words, ring the bell. Then you look at the page and you go, oh my god, look, they gave me a little rough outline of how I'm supposed to ring these bells. I wonder what's gonna happen when I ring them. What this does is it places trust in the player to achieve the loose objective their way. And other than establishing that there is a goal, the game just wants you to go out and have fun. And you know what? For the first 4 hours, it really is fun. I was running all over the place, exploring every nook and cranny, just dissecting everything this world had to offer. Then, to aid the exploration process, you have an absolute arsenal of weapons to use in fighting and exploring the world. You have a fire wand, the ice knife, the sword, the shield, the bombs, the hentai sphere grapple hook thing. All this stuff has its appropriate place for use. Instead of just running up and mashing the light attack button, unlike some games that I just played recently, combat was thoughtful and was designed with intention. I mean, I had options to approach combat any way I wanted. Also, when you get the hookshot item, another layer of exploration opens up, and I just got to go wild opening chests that they couldn't reach before. But honestly, my favorite part of this game was just the boss encounters. Every boss was so cool. Any tedium posed by individual tasks or zones felt justified by these encounters. The boss introductions were epic and built the monumental nature of your task. And these bosses were no cakewalk either. If you screwed up a parry or a dodge timing, then boom, there goes a health potion. These were the pinnacle part of the experience for me, and something that the Tunic team should be incredibly proud of. Now, I have a few complaints. Remember how at the beginning of the video I talked about how the first 4 hours of the game were magnificent? The goal was clear, but the path was yours to define. Well, what about after that? After that, you go into a door that you couldn't access beforehand, and you find a page for a little guide that tells you how to get all the pieces to this super duper machine thing. Only one tiny problem. I mean, just so small. Tiny oversight. Where the heck am I supposed to go? This is just a picture of a boss. What am I supposed to divine from that? So, developers, there's a spectrum to hand-holding, right? On one side, we have the Souls games and Breath of the Wild, where they're relatively open, free-to-interpretation experiences. And on the other side, we have games like Uncharted or Kingdom Hearts 3 that believe that you lost all your brain cells at inception. Tunic is somewhere over here. And I'm not exaggerating. I was so lost, I had no idea what to do or how to progress the story anymore. And the thing that ultimately saved me was looking up a guide on where to even begin. I understand and respect Tunic's premise, and I actually think it's an awesome idea. But if I had to look up a guide to progress through your game because I've spent 2 hours being lost, that's not an experience. That's a pacing flaw, and a critical one at that. I'm also open to the possibility that I'm just an idiot and required more brain cells than I had available at the time, but since I make the videos, I'm going with the option that saves my ego. Another small point is the music felt out of place for me. Again, this is my subjective perspective, but at no point did I feel the music added to the call to adventure. It was a pretty soundscape, but it didn't augment the experience. Ultimately, a pacing issue like this made the surrounding elements less enjoyable to me. I constantly was worried I was going the wrong way and had to re-clear so much content just to maybe make some progress, but that doesn't mean we can ignore the cool things in the game. I think that the concept of building your own guide is super cool, and in the beginning, it gave me exactly what I wanted out of a Zelda-type experience. I really can't stress enough too how cool these bosses are. And that's what's frustrating. There are these nuggets of excellence that I want to latch onto, but unfortunately, they were soured by the inconsistent direction of the game. But what about the price? I mean, is $30 a fair price for this game? Let's answer the question. What is Tunic worth? Finally, I've arrived. With this last donation, I think I can buy my very own waifu. Okay, so here I just need $30 and my journey is complete. Here, I'll trade in this. Be careful though, it's a little sticky, don't ask why. Why am I $15 short? I paid $30 for this, and this is all I have. I can't buy a waifu. I can't buy a waifu. I can't buy a waifu! No! Poor little fox, man. But hey, $15 is what I'd pay for that game. If you enjoyed the analysis, then hit the like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.